check. 1 2. Sound check 1 2. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today's topic gonna be interesting. And if you'd like to join, I will post a link. Today's topic gonna be interesting. If you'd like to join, I will post a link. So if you want to join in and talk about this topic. All right, let's get into it. Welcome everybody to the Rod Flash Sports Chronicles, where we talk about any and everything raw and uncut. So today's topic is something that you would tell your younger self. And this could be anything. like for me, I would tell my younger self from growing up in the places that I've been and life lessons that I learned from being a young boy growing up in West Park Projects. From me playing tennis, me playing baseball, me playing basketball, me playing football, and whatever I'd done. The thing I would tell myself today is living in West Park wasn't bad. And like I always say, living in West Park, I never knew that I was poor. And it's just what it is. And I say that to say because I had pretty much everything and anything I wanted. I traveled. I've been to Disney World living in the projects. I had mopeds and DJ equipment living in the projects. I always had money living in the projects. So I played tennis, and I played with some of the richest people in the world. And I was living in the projects, beating these rich white kids. Yeah, I used to go down Pier 31 and play tennis in an all-exclusive tennis club. So to me, I'm doing all the stuff the rich people was doing, but never knew I was poor. Always had food, had any and everything I wanted. So me growing up, living in the projects wasn't bad to me. Now, I don't think everybody was fortunate to be in my situation, because my aunt and uncle that raised me made sure that I had everything. And if you know me from West Park, you will understand what I'm talking about. So, to my younger self, only thing I would think of is stuff that, to me, I really didn't pay attention to being growing up. Like, I probably would have went to college. But out of high school, I worked at the University of Pennsylvania. So I had, I'm not going to say the greatest job, but a very good job right out of high school. Also, what I would say to my younger self today is cherish some of the friendships and people that I met along the way. Also, I would tell my younger self, I think I should have kept on winning tennis. Seeing what Venus and Serena done, I was doing that before they was doing it. I will also tell myself that being a person that I am with dignity and integrity, maybe, and being loyal was probably one of the worst things, not the worst, but I could look at things a little bit different as growing up. Sometimes you're loyal to people that's not loyal to you. You try to look out for people that don't look out for you. Yeah, I mean, you put them in places and positions, then soon as they get there, they like, fuck right. It's facts. Never put names out there, but they know what it is. But I don't take that as a negative thing. I take it as you move on. I only could take you as far as I could take you. You know, I only could teach you as much as I could teach you that I knew. So if you moved on, fine. So sometimes we beat ourselves about things that we done as kids and stuff that we done as teenagers and young adults, that we put ourselves, and we beat ourselves up about it. But I'm like a person that I can't change the past. Only thing I can change is my future. So when you get to that point in life where you like, I should have done this, I should have done that. It's a lot of things I should have done. I'm not even going to lie to you. But me as a person today, I look at it like it's all a learning experience. You know what I mean? So with me, I'll give you an example. Like I said, I played tennis with the best of them. Every Saturday, I used to go to Pier 31. Yeah, I mean, play with the rich white kids and, the exclusive tennis club. I should have kept that going. Who knows? I could have been the next Venus and Serena, but I'd done it before them. Just the little things in life that... What up, Blue? My man Blue, he know a lot of stuff I done. Play baseball. I tell y'all this. I always had to be like 15, 16, no older than 17. I had a 5'9" baseball team. You know what I mean? A 5'9" baseball team. And a 10-12 baseball team at a young age. So I done stuff at a young age. I done a lot of stuff that most people didn't ever do as adults. Then again, I could have said, damn, all this money in boxing, I should have kept boxing. I can't go back on it now. But I have done a lot of stuff in my younger years. Maybe I was more dedicated to it. Maybe I didn't get caught up in trying to be like everybody else. And that's the thing. When you do stuff at a young age and you do stuff that most people not doing, they look at you like you a cornball, you an oddball. But not knowing that if I stuck to some of them things, I could have made a difference in somebody's life. Like, if I kept the baseball teams going, maybe a lot of these kids won't be getting killed. Maybe they won't become drug dealers. Maybe they didn't get locked up. So, that's one thing, it hurts me. And you know what's funny? And a lot of these guys, they grew up now and they adults. I'm 54, they might be like 48. I was a little older than them. But I like the stuff that they doing. I see their progress. And it's funny when somebody said, Rod, thanks, you saved my life for just being you. Just for that time when you took the time out to have that baseball team. And I'm glad that my younger self never got caught up, per se, in the streets. I had everything I wanted growing up in West Park. So I didn't have to turn to be a drug dealer because I had everything I wanted. Money, had a good job. So I didn't need to go down that route or that rabbit hole, as you want to call it. My parents that raised me made sure that. I'm living in West Park Project riding a moped. That wasn't normal. Like I said, I had DJ equipment. So when I got the DJ equipment, it was the, I mean, shout out to Dr. Shock and the Pioneers of Funk. They came, I'm going to tell you how I became a DJ. And I really never told nobody this story. But it was a guy named Dr. Shock. Then you had like his buddy Bunsey. And they came and they want to play in front of 400. And I lived on the first floor, so you had to get the power from me. And I liked the fact that this guy playing his music would make everybody happy. So I said, that's what I want to do. So, following Christmas, I asked my auntie, I said, Auntie, I would like some DJ. She like, you know, they always ask what you want for Christmas. I said, I want some DJ equipment. And she looked at me like, what you going to do with that? So make a long story short, I took her to Funko Mart and she bought me some DJ equipment. I can remember it as the day. A Gemini mixer, 2 BSR plastic turntables, probably a Gem Sound or one of them, Gem Sound or Gemini amp, and some Gemini speakers. That's all I had, with the wheels on them. That's all I had. Then, you know, I bought records and, you know, took my brother and sister records, my aunt and uncle records. But I really today think that saved my life. And the reason I say it saved my life because I didn't have to go in the streets to be that drug dealer or go steal or go rob like some of my friends. I'm not going to put names out there because you know what I mean? But me just having that, and that kept my mind occupied on just music. I want to be, you know, I got good and, you know, start doing parties for Hazel, Lorraine. And I was like, West Park DJ. I was just the DJ. I came up with the name Rod Flash because I always admired Grandmaster Flash. And we was Rod Flash and the Furious 3, I think, was me. And the Furious 3 was Wimp, rest in peace, Fuzzy, rest in peace, and Jamie Baker. So that's how I got into music. And the funny thing, even when I had my moped, if you was in my little circle or my crew as we called it back then, what I had, you had. You know, so it wasn't about I'm shining on everybody, I'm shitting on everybody. No. You, my friend, you always with me. Here, go ahead, you can hold it. Go for a ride, have fun. Same thing with the DJ equipment. We'd come to my house. I had one room with the equipment in it. And we would make tapes. Play records, make tapes, you know, all that good stuff. But to me, that saved my life from being in the streets. That saved me from wanting to be outside. I come home from school, do my homework, and then I'm playing music. And of course, boy, cut that music off. It's late. Cut that noise off. But the good part about it is, much noise I made to them, they knew where I was. So you said Rodney done snatched some lady pocket, but like, no, Rodney, I can tell you where Rodney is. Rodney is in that room playing that noise. That's how that was. It wasn't that I couldn't have done it, but you knew that's where I'm going to be. I'm going to be there playing music. Then, you know, you got good. You start doing parties. Well, right, I see you got the equipment. That's what house. Can you do my house party? And we called them rent parties back in the day. And I would do a party. And Rose, like, our parties was funny. We might start at 9 o'clock, but the party did end at 6 in the morning. Everybody had fun. Then I'm in high school at this point, so, you know, your name got out there. You had Handmaster Flash. You had Trevor Flash from down the bottom. You had DJ Bernard. Like, you had a lot of people. Then you got popular. Then I started going down the bottom doing parties and spending with other cats. Going to Ernie's basement parties. Going to block parties, listening to Jazzy Jeff and the network crew. So that's how I got into DJing. Then DJ, yeah, I mean, start doing bars like Cousin Danny's and other stuff. But the highlight of me DJing was when my man Special K, my old head, took me down Celsius. I thought I was the shit. Like, literally, I'm the man in West Park. Like, you couldn't touch Rob Flash. Like, but I go to Celsius and see a whole different vibe. It wasn't too much hip-hop, disco. It was more of a little mixture of everything. And big sound system. You know, I only had the two little BSRs. The two BSRs turntable, they had techniques. I had Gemini Speak. They had a whole sound system. A little different. But he gave me an outlet to show me you only cannot be West Park DJ. You could DJ for the whole city. And you put your mind to it. So once again, shout out to my man Special K. So I would tell myself, and I learned, yeah, I mean, then here comes when I forgot all about music. Much as I loved it, trust me, life goes on. I'm still DJing 10, 12 years. And then I had my daughter. I'm working. Now, I'm still living in West Park. Then I moved. I said I had to take care of my child. So I got a little apartment on 46th Street. Anybody know, you know, but it is what it is. I'm not putting my daughter name out there or my daughter mom name out there. But if you know, you know. You don't, you don't. But that, I like, because I kept equipment in the projects, but I moved to 46th Street. But raising a child, getting home from work, having a child, it changed my life because now I got to be there for my child. And being there for my child was something more important to me because, now mind you, my mom died when I was 4. My dad, he was around, but he wasn't around. So, but my aunt and uncle made sure I was good. Let's get that straight. My aunt and uncle was my mom and dad. But I said, I got to be a better father than my father was to me. And to this day, I still have that same sentiment. Like, I'm always going to be a better father than my dad was to me. And so I tried to be the best father I could be for my daughter. Was I perfect? No. Did I make mistakes? Yes. So my younger self, what I would tell my younger self today, and I would say this to my daughter, I'm sorry for the things I wasn't there for some things. I would tell my younger self to be a better parent. And sometimes we get, as I don't know if it's happening to everybody, but sometimes things happen in life. Like I said, I wasn't the best boyfriend. I wasn't the best father. Let's get that straight. Was I a good father? Yes. But I wasn't the best I could be. Because sometimes I think I let feelings get in the way. And then I let the mother dictate. Like, when you break up with a woman, y'all live together, y'all done this. Now, I'm outside the home. I'm living on Baltimore Avenue. Between Baltimore and Chester Avenue. So, I wasn't there as much for my daughter as I should. I mean, I gotta, when her mother, and this one thing I don't like, when her mother wanted me, or we might have had an agreement, I get it every weekend, or every other weekend. Now, mind you, I'm paying child support and all that stuff, which, to me, I'm gonna tell y'all something about child support. Let me back up to child support. Child support is a good thing for some women, but then it's a bad thing. Because you know what? When I went to child support, they said, you just pay this, I forgot, like $60. We're going to take it out your check. That's all you have to do. And I'm looking like, damn, I'm giving them more than that anyway. I'm taking care of the household. I'm doing what I got to do. But now, the courts only tell me I got to give you $60 per week, and it come out my check. That's all I had to do. It's stubbornness in me. Okay. Don't ask me for shit. Don't ask for no more money. You get your $60 and that's it. But then I had to think, like, damn, my daughter's shoes won't cost more than that. But if I stuck with the courts told me to do, my daughter would have been the shit out of luck. So, with the child support situation, it was what it was. But I still took care of my daughter. But now, here go the question. Now, I want y'all to think about it. If the court say you should get this amount, should you just get that amount or do what you've been doing? That's the question. Like, my daughter had every cell phone from whatever it was, she had it. If she wanted to go on a trip, she had it. Because I'm going to make sure she had it. But now, as me, should I just pay the $60? Or should I done what I done? That's the question. But I took the high road and like, okay, the court say this, but I'm still going to take care of my daughter. Like, I had to. Not only I had a daughter, but when I met this young lady, she had a son. And when I met him, I think he was 8 months old. I'm not, like I said, I'm not giving out names. But I raised and done for him before I done for my own daughter. Because my daughter wasn't born. But when we had my daughter, I didn't change. I made sure both of them was good. That's the type of person I am. And what I gotta tell y'all dudes that's in relationships with women, then y'all have your own child, please take care of them children as you've been doing, because kids are innocent. Kids are very innocent. And I didn't let what was going on between me and this young lady interfere with that. But then women are vindictive. They will know where it hurts. See, she know you can't hurt me, but the way you hurt me is taking my child away from me. That's how she know the only way you can hurt me is take them kids away from me. It's sad, but true. But again, we was young and dumb, and like I said, I done shit in relationship. I'm not gonna say she didn't, but she probably done shit in relationship. But only speaking on me. And I tell people all the time, I really got caught up not as being Rodney Smith. I got caught up being DJ Rod Flash. And like I tell you, I know I'm very transparent. This would happen. And this where everything from my household got fucked up. I'm Rod Flash, you know, I'm DJing at this bar called Passion Lounge. So I meet this older lady. I mean, she's a little older than me at the time. Like I said, I'm not giving out names. And we start messing around. Now, mind you, just had my daughter, whatever. But her being older, she used to take care of my daughter. So she'd come see me at the bar with baby clothes. Yeah. So one thing led to another. And like I said, I'm not perfect. But this goes to show you, when you call yourself sneaking, somebody is always watching. So I think went to the movies. We went somewhere. So I meet her on 46 at the L stop. I get on the L, not knowing that my daughter's godmom is on that fucking L. Me and the girl didn't sit together. I said hi, she said hi. But my daughter godmom put two and two together. She like, damn. I know she be in the bar at Passion Lounge because my daughter godmom will come in the Passion Lounge. So she put two and two together. One and one make two. She put two and two together. Of course, she gonna tell my daughter mom. That's the godmom. Yeah, I seen Rodney and EXO and somebody together. And I be seeing them in the bar. So, my question again, should she mind her business or should she say something? I mean, and then that took a trickle-down effect. Because, of course, I denied everything. So now, it is what it is. So we tried to work it out, and I'm an honest person, so eventually I told her, yeah, this, that, and the third. And shit just went left, and we end up breaking up. Yeah, I mean. But the funny part is, I still kept them children in mind. I still paid rent for a place I didn't live in. Yes, we moved to Sampson Street, and when I left Sampson Street, I moved between Baltimore and Chester, but I still made sure she was good until she got on her feet, so I still paid rent. So I'm not the one to say it was all her. I played a part in all that. She might have done some shit, I've done some shit. Again, we are young. Now, if I could take all that shit back, I probably would. Because a lot of guys don't know the effect that you have on children when you're not in the household. That effect. But, I'll give y'all one thing. I've always been in my daughter's life. I always, no matter what, I'm there for my child. So I'm always going to provide. I'm always going to be there for my child. And my daughter mom can tell you that to this day, we didn't work out, but I'm always there for them children. You know, and sometimes you got to put your pride aside. We done. What we had is we had. Yeah, I mean, you speak, you don't, you don't. But we might don't speak every day, or we cordial when you see each other. But let something happen to my child. She's the first. I'll be the first one to know. And that's all I can ask. You didn't have this fucking child by yourself. I'm still dad. I'm still your baby's father. I don't like that word baby daddy with all that shit. My name is Rodney. You know what I mean? So, again, one of the things I would tell my younger self is don't get it caught into temptation. Because everything is not green on the other side. And don't try to live two lives. And that's what I was trying to do. I had a weekend life, and I had, I ain't gonna say a weekend. It was I had a Friday and Saturday life, and I had a Sunday to Thursday life. But again, I got caught up into Rod Flash instead of being Rodney Smith. And I tell people time and time again, when you popular in your neighborhood or you a man that's center of attention, woman gravitates to that. It takes you to be strong and not go for that temptation. Again, she was older. She looked out. Like I can say, this lady looked out for my daughter. I'm like, every week I go to the bar, she bring me baby clothes. Whatever. And I didn't look at it as cheating. And growing up in the city, we know that's what most people do. Yeah, I mean, it's just what it is. But again, what I would tell my younger self, again, don't get caught up. Stick to your guns. Stick to what you believe in. Like now today, my daughter is 30-something years old, and we have a beautiful relationship. From day one, we always going to have a beautiful relationship. My daughter is my twin. We act alike. When I say we act like. She's stubborn as shit, and I can be stubborn at times. So, that's that one. Also, what I would tell my younger self, I would have saved money. Like, I mean, I got a great credit score, but it's things I spent foolishly just trying to be keeping up with the Joneses. Like, go to the bar on the weekends, spend hundreds of dollars just because everybody else doing it. Oh, because I got a couple of dollars, I'm going out to the bar this weekend. I'm a ball. Like, for what? That's not who I really am. But I done it to be like everybody else. And that's something I think what a lot of people do is try to keep up with the Joneses. As I got older, I'm just doing me. Now, if I want to go to the bar and buy you a drink, I'm going to buy you a drink. If I don't, I don't. So, that's one of the things I would tell my younger self, like, just do you. If I could tell y'all all the money I blew, I probably could buy a fucking mansion right now. Real shit. Like, I just think sometimes, like, damn, I done that. I was that fucking dumb. I used to get so fucking drunk where I could leave out with $200 and I'm like, damn, I got $10 in my pocket. I know I had at least $200 last night. Where that shit go? Don't remember. Don't remember. I mean, that's young and trying to be in the scene, in the nightlife. Like, it was shit like that I look upon now and tell my youngest self, I was a dickhead. Why did I do that? You know what I mean? So, me being me today, materialistic shit don't mean nothing to me. Like, I buy stuff now that I really need. But I will spend money on things that I want. That's why y'all see all this DJ equipment. I love that. That's my passion. Like I know people smoke weed every day. Every day. You know how much that had to cost? They don't have a pot to pistol in the window to throw it out. But they can buy that weed every day. So, with me, it is what it is. And people like, why are you buying DJ equipment? I buy something that I love. I buy me stuff that keep me in the house. I buy stuff that keep me out the way. And that's it. One thing, like I tell people, I retired from DJing, but I still love music. I didn't become a DJ for money. I became a DJ because I love music. It was just that people was paying me to play music. But I still had the same passion not making money from music than I did when I was getting paid to play music. Because I think a lot of people get into situations just for the money. Being a DJ wasn't about the money. I tell you, you only made $25 back in the day doing a house party, if you made anything. But you will bring your equipment outside. And I lived on the first floor in the projects. And I will play for hours and hours for free. So where was the money? I done it because I generally like to make people happy and see people happy. That's why I play music. And of course, what I play might not be what you like. Cool, I'm with that. But I'm going to play what I like. And again, everything ain't for everybody. And I'm not down to nobody that play whatever they play. You know what I mean? I know when I just was into hip-hop. But then I learned there's more music than just hip-hop. But how did I forget that when I had brothers and sisters listening to everything else? But I was so zoned in and going down Funko Mart and Sounds of Market, Golders, only buying hip-hop. How did I do that? Why did I do that? Again, at that time, that's what everybody I was around was into. That's why. It's not because, but then again, I was getting paid to play music, so I had to play what everybody liked. And again, I was young, so I was in that music also. But as I got older and I started hanging around older people a little older than me, and I found out hanging out with them, this is not what they playing when they go out. When they go to the cabarets, they not playing all this hip-hop. They playing Rick James, Samande, Parliament Funkadelics. They playing all this music that I know that I ain't gonna say I forgot about, but it just escaped me. Like, I just playing this hip-hop shit. But was I right? To a degree, because that's the crowd that was paying me to play music. But as a music person, I found later on in life, you can mix all that shit up and take people on a journey, and they enjoy it. Because you got to realize, most older people don't like new music, but younger people like older music. So you got to find that balance where you can play everything. So that's the music part of me being younger. But again, me being younger, and I tell people, everything that you do in life is a learning experience. And when I say that, I mean from girlfriends to people that come in your life. I tell people this: some people in your life may be here for a reason. Some people come in your life for a season. some people in your life because that's a part of who's supposed to be in your life forever. So don't get mad if you and JoJo was cool and you done a lot of shit for JoJo, and then when JoJo get his little feet wet or do something else, he forget it all about you. And again, I always tell you, some people are there just for that reason. Just for that reason, so you to help them get where they need to go. Don't get mad if they say fuck you afterwards. You know you done the best you can, and you done it from your heart. Don't do shit for people if it's not from your heart. And that's what I'm learning. And every day, I'm 54 years old, I learn every day different shit. I learn different shit about people. I learn every day about me. You know, so don't take it personal. Like, everything happened for a reason. And God only know that reason. You don't know that reason, so don't try to figure it out. You know, it's like anything else in life. Why, and I always say this, me and my daughter mom didn't work out, but maybe our reason was to be together was just to have my child. That could have been God playing. I know you're a good dad and this, and she's a good mom, and maybe y'all don't work out, but I'm gonna let y'all plant this seed and have this child. And that's what I really believe. I don't believe that we was meant to be together forever. And I believe nothing lasts forever. How people be married for 50 years and they get a divorce? God's plan. Not they plan. It's God's plan. So you really got to think about it. Like, think about things you do. Never question God. Never question it. And that's a problem I think that we have. You know, so there's some of the things I would tell my younger self. My younger self was a naive person. I thought when I was younger, everybody was good people. And then you find out everybody's not a good person. So you got to really think, moving forward, would I done anything different in my life? No. Reason why I wouldn't do anything different, because I want to have that learning experience and them lessons that I have today to make me a better person. I'm always striving to be a better person. That's why I'm a giving person. Anybody that know me know I will help you with any and everything, and I would share knowledge, anything. If I really did not dig with you, and we cool like that, I will help you out financially. So it's not about me being, I'm a selfless person. That's the best way I can say it. I'm selfless. If I can help you, I can help you. If I can, I can't. But I'm not going to try to help someone and I don't have the answers. What I'll call, like, growing up, man, it was like, I tell y'all, I grew up in West Park Projects and never knew I was poor. It may sound funny to y'all, but I really didn't. I remember living in West Park Projects, going to Disney World with my sisters, my niece, my aunt. I recall times when my sister, my niece, and my aunt Went to Alaska. That's unheard of, living in the projects. You didn't do that. You thought Great Adventures or Six Flags Territory was a trip. You go to Teen Haven. You go to camp like you done something. I went to the 5-star basketball camp like I was into sports. Like I told you, I played with rich white people as a young boy, a teenager. Playing tennis at Pier 31 on Penn's Landing. Yeah. So, I've done things in my life, and I've seen things in my life where it is what it is. But again, I never knew I was poor. Always had lunch money. I didn't have to eat the free lunch. Always had a hot meal when I came home because my aunt cooked, sold dinners. One thing I could say about my aunt that I think I couldn't do. When my mom died, it was 7 of us. She promised her sister, which is my mom, I got them. I got them. Now, she could have said, fuck it, you go to this home, Barbara, I'll put y'all all up in these homes. And she didn't. She took all of us to keep us together. But then I had other relatives where they only wanted the light-skinned ones. Yeah. And we talk about racism. Yeah, I had aunt didn't want me and my other siblings because we was darker than a couple of other siblings. Crazy, ain't it? But that's facts. So, and what I try to do today, and we fight about it, my nieces and nephews, I try to make them as tight as me and my siblings. But one thing I got to realize, they didn't come up like we came up. They didn't come up like we came up. And that's the most important part of this whole scenario. Like, I'm trying to bring cousins and my nieces and nephews. No. I had to let them figure that out on their own. Let them do everything. Exactly, Carl. Let them find their own way. See, me and my sister type because we went through what we went through. They didn't go through that. My daughter didn't grow up in West Park. So, that's a lot of stuff. But again, growing up in West Park, I can tell y'all, I'm going to give y'all some little history. If you know West Park, back, we talking about 70s, 80s, you couldn't walk on the grass. We had tennis courts. Yeah, tennis courts. Swimming pool. Baseball fields. Football fields. We even went to Drexel day camp. We had gardens. They would raise the flag every day, every morning. The flag would get raised, and at night they'd take it down. Yes, was it crime? Yes, you had gang. That's a gang war era. So you had all that. So we had a lot of that going on. But again, the stuff I tell my younger self, and I let y'all know that I wouldn't change a thing, literally. But a few things. I always try to be a better father to this day. I still feel as though a lot of stuff I try to do make up for my absence when I wasn't with my daughter. But it wasn't my fault. It wasn't my call. But she understand. Now that she grown, we can have these conversations. And when she say why, I can give you the answer why. And sometimes I don't tell the whole truth because I don't want her to look at her mom in a different way. You know what I mean? So that's what it was. Like, but me, I just live it day by day, do what I gotta do. Be a better person, be a better friend, be a better uncle, be a better brother. Whatever I can do to be a better person. And what I tell my younger self, take the life learning experiences and be unapologetic, because some things you didn't know. Some things you gotta learn. Like, I'm 50, but I learned shit from 40. I learned today. I'm still learning. Life is a learning experience. Don't let it stop you. Because if you know somebody that know everything, get away from them. Run far away from them. Run. I tell y'all, run far away from that person. If they know everything, run. And don't be the smartest person in your circle. If you the smartest person in your circle, you need a new circle. And again, if you the richest person, and you have all the richest in your circle, find a new circle. Find a new circle. Because you're going to be stagnant. You can't learn how to make more money. You can't learn anything if you're the smartest person in your circle. Run. Run fast. Run like Carl Lewis away from that motherfuckers. Trust me. You will thank me later. You will thank me later. Because you can't be the smartest and the richest person in your circle, because then you have nowhere to go. You can't learn anything. You can't learn how to make more money. Be around people that have the things that you want to achieve in life. Don't be around people that want to bring you down or have a negative vibe. Be around people that you can learn from. And again, you can learn from younger people. So always keep that in mind. You never stop learning to the day you die. So, again, this was the Ride Fast Sports Chronicles, where we talk about any and everything. But it's real life scenarios. It's raw. It's just raw. It's uncut, like unapologetic. Like, I just talk about stuff that a lot of people won't talk about. So you got to be real with yourself and anything that you do. And I always say this, try to be the best of anything that you do. But you know it's some bullshit I got to tell y'all though. But being the best is only someone's opinion. It's only someone's opinion. Everybody not going to like what you do. Oh, he think he the shit because he helped the neighborhood. You're going to have the naysayers. You're going to have the negative comments. But if you doing the best you can do, and you being the best you won. Listen what I said. If you being the best you, and you doing the best you can do, you won the battle. That's it. On that note, good afternoon. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Ride Fast Sports Chronicle podcast. Y'all join into the Ride Fast Sports Chronicles. Thank y'all for tuning in. What's up, Barry? I mean, I got people in the UK even watching Raw Flash Sports Chronicles. But I'm going to leave y'all with this. Just be a better you. In any and everything you do. Just be a better you. And you will see, and always in believe in God, just go hand without saying, but you will see how your life would change and how everything would get better for you. Peace. God bless. See y'all next week.